Hello, everybody. So nice to start the week again with some yoga. Today, if you normally practice with props, then go and grab some if you find it helps you in your practice. But we don't specifically need any props for our practice today. We are going to start in child's pose. So coming towards the back end of the mat. And then thinking about having knees nice and wide, arms reaching out in front, and just bringing that chest and forehead down towards the mat. If you want to be a little bit more relaxed, we can bring the knees a little bit closer and then bring the arms down by the sides. And with that, you'll feel your shoulders relax a bit more. You'll really feel kind of the weight come forwards through the chest. So it's up to you with that one. And we'll take a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more time, big cleansing breath. Inhaling through the nose. And exhaling through the mouth. So now we'll stay in our child's pose and we'll come to our nasal breathing. So inhaling through the nose, feel that belly expand down as you breathe in. And exhaling through the nose. We inhale. And exhale. 2 more times, nice deep breaths here. Feeling the arms relaxing down and towards the floor. Good, and we're going to keep our hands and chest nice and low to the floor, and we're just going to scoot ourselves forward, so coming into a puppy pose. So the hips are going to come over the knees, and then it's that same upper body as our child's pose. Take a moment to look to the hands, make sure the fingers are spread out, you're squeezing all your palms into the floor, and then we're going to bring that forehead down towards the mat. Maybe seeing if we can get the nose down. Maybe if you're super open in your shoulders, you'll be able to get your chin down. But if you feel any tension in the back of that neck, just come back a little bit. And we're going to stay here for 5 breaths. So really feeling the air push down. We're breathing space into the chest, into the shoulders. We'll take one more breath. Awesome. Look to the hands. Keep the forearms down on the floor, and we're just going to scoot ourselves onto our belly. Bringing the hands underneath the shoulders, we're just going to roll up to warm up through the lower back and the spine for a moment. So taking an inhale, roll the shoulders back, we peel the chest up off the floor, and we exhale to come back down. Inhale, roll up and peel, squeeze the glutes to protect the lower back, and exhale, come down. Nice, 2 more times, inhale, maybe coming a little bit deeper with that back bend. Just as you want to though, don't push too far just because I am. Good, and then we'll come back down to the floor. I want you to bring your arms down by your sides, but we're going to have palms facing down. So you'll notice if you bring your palms facing down, you externally rotate your hands and it opens you up through that chest. Roll the shoulder blades back, and I want you to imagine someone's pulling on your fingertips, pulling them back towards your feet. So it's going to help you to lift that chest up even more. Then we engage down the spine, squeeze the glutes, squeeze the feet and legs into each other. Take an inhale here. As we exhale, we come up into our lotus pose, lifting those feet off the floor, reaching those arms and chest as high as we can, squeezing, extending, engaging, holding for 2 more breaths, opening up through the chest on the inhale, And exhale. One more breath, keep it deep. And exhale, bring yourself back down to the floor. Hands come back underneath the shoulders, and we're just going to push back into our child's pose to take that counter movement for the lower back. You can take a little sway side to side if you want to. And then bring yourself up to tabletop position, coming to the middle of the mat, hands under shoulders, knees under hips, tuck those toes under, and we'll make our way to downward dog. So as always in our first downward dog, we'll bring the movement that we're craving. So if that is walking out the heels, maybe bouncing through the shoulders, but taking some nice deep breaths here. We're squeezing all of our hands into the floor, really pushing the mat away and trying to get the shoulders as close to the feet as you can. Drawing in through that core, we take a really small bend in those knees. Take an inhale here and exhale, push the shoulders back towards the feet even more. You'll feel that open up through the chest. Take an inhale, stay. And exhale, push back that tiny bit more. Awesome, walk the feet to the top of the mat. Take the feet as wide as the mat. So we're going to take a slightly wider forward fold here. Soft bend in those knees, let the arms hang down. Take hold of your elbows if you want, a little sway side to side. Nod the head yes, shake it no, release any tension from that upper body. Good, then bring the hands down to the mat. We're going to straighten into our left leg and keep our right leg bent. Left hand comes underneath the shoulders or towards the middle of the mat. And we peel our right arm up and open, making sure we're rolling the shoulder away from the ear and taking the gaze up towards that hand if you feel good. Now really bending into that right knee if you need to help you open up that little bit more. Or if you're feeling quite flexible here in the legs, we can straighten out both of those legs. Inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches up, and we bend into that right leg to reach that left arm up. Inhaling and exhale. Good, really rolling the shoulders away, looking up, reaching up. Awesome, exhale, bring both hands down. Bending into our legs, we drop the hips down, lift that chest up, coming into our yogi squat, our malasana. So hands can be at prayer at the chest, and we can take a slight bit of pressure with those elbows to help push the knees out. Now, if you find your heels lifting a lot, just lift the hips up a little bit higher to the point where you can have those heels down, and we can just have the hands at prayer here if we need, or we can also have the hands reaching down in between those legs so you still got that bit of pressure on the knees. Holding wherever you are, we're going to take a little moment of stillness here. Nice deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more time. And exhale. Good. Come the hip, and we're going to come back into our forward fold. So hips come high, legs straighten out, chest stays down. Plant the hands in between those legs and we step our left foot back. I'm going to drop that knee down. Keeping the hands underneath the shoulders, we're just going to bring some movement to help open up the hips. Maybe pushing backwards and forwards, maybe taking a slight sway side to side. Good, untuck those back toes, and we're going to reach the arms high, coming into a nice low lunge. So on the inhale, we reach the fingertips up. As we exhale, we deepen into the lunge, take our cactus arms. You guys know I love this one. So we inhale, reach up, draw in through the core. Exhale, deepen cactus arms. Inhale, squeezing through that core. Exhale, pushing down, opening up. Inhale. And exhale. One more time. And exhale, hold for breath, pushing deep into those hips as much as you can. Great, hands come down inside of that right leg. Left hand stays planted, and we're going to rotate our right foot so the toes slightly come out, and the hand can come onto the inside of that knee to open up through the hip. Think about rolling that right shoulder back, opening up the chest to that right hand side, maybe taking the gaze up. Good option here if you want to come down onto your forearm. Nice hip opener here. So this is a great one for anyone who has any tension build up in the piriformis, or if you suffer from piriformis syndrome. This is a really good one just for opening up into the hips there. Good, bring that right foot back to center so we're lining the foot off with the edge of the mat. Left hand stays planted, left toes tuck under, we reach our left knee off and twist, reaching those right fingertips up to the ceiling in a nice easy twist. Again, we're rolling that right shoulder back, create space between the ear and the shoulder. Holding here for one more breath. And exhale, good. Bring that right hand down to frame the foot. We step back to a high plank position. Drop the knees, shoulders push away from the ears. We inhale, elbows squeeze in as we exhale, coming to our chaturanga with a hovering plank, or if you need, we can come to the floor. Roll the shoulders back, we inhale, back bend. Exhale, push back through tabletop into your downward dog. Awesome, we're going to take a couple breaths here. Think about those cues from the start, so we're pushing the mat away, getting the shoulders as close to the feet as we can. One more breath. Good, big bend in the knees, look between the hands. Exhale, step your feet to a nice wide stance, as wide as the mat. Hips drop down, we come into Andalasana, we take 2 breaths here. Roll the shoulders back, inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale, good. Gaze comes down to the front of the mat. Plant the hands, we lift those hips up, coming into our forward fold. And this time we step our right foot back into our nice wide lunge. Drop that back knee down and bring some movement here. You might find you're a little bit stiffer on one side than the other, that's okay. Good, and untuck those back toes, take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, cactus arms, draw those shoulder blades and elbows back. Inhale, we reach up, we come out of that lunge. Exhale, cactus, deepen into the legs and hips. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, good. 2 more. Really think about getting into that hip flexor. Push the feet down into the floor. Drive that right hip forwards. And the last one for our nice deep lunge. Good. Hold here for a breath. Awesome work. Right hand comes down underneath the shoulder. Right toe tucks under. We lift that right knee off. Left arm twists open. Shoulders roll away from the ears. Stay strong in this lunge. We hold for a breath. Awesome work. Bringing that back knee down. And we're just going to come into that nice posture again. So opening that left foot to the side and pushing the left knee out. Opening up the chest to that left hand side. Awesome. Option to come onto that forearm if you want. Staying here for one more breath. Good. Bringing the hands back underneath the shoulders. Untuck that right toe, and we're going to step back to our strong high plank position. Take an inhale here, drop the knees if you want. Otherwise, we keep those knees off, and we exhale, come high onto the toes into control to our chaturanga. Inhale for your back bend. Exhale for downward dog. Take a deep breath in. And deep breath out. Big bend in the knees, look between the hands, inhale. Exhale, you can step or we can hop those feet to the front of the mat. We take an inhale and roll up through the spine nice and slowly. Roll the shoulders back. Reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to prayer at the chest. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, bend and fold down. Forward fold, nice and heavy. Inhale to your flat back, so hands can come to the base of those knees. Chest opens up, back is nice and flat. Exhale, fold down. We're going to step our left foot back to come into a nice low lunge. Drop the back knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. Hold here for a breath. As we exhale, we bring our hands down to frame that right foot. We step back into our high plank. Staying strong in the core, we drop the knees down, then keeping the hips nice and high, we bring the chest and chin down. Good, slight back bend here. Hips come down to the floor, roll the shoulders back, take an upward dog. Inhale, and we exhale, come to our downward dog. Shoulders push back. Nice, take an inhale, lift the left leg high, keeping strong. Exhale, knee comes through between the hands, plant that foot down. Back right knee comes down. So take a moment if you need just to bring that foot forwards to help make sure it's directly below that front knee. Untuck the back toes, inhale, arms reach up. Lunge for the other side, hold here for a breath. And exhale, hands come, planting down. And we're going to step nice and strong, bring that right foot up to meet the left. Forward fold down, take a breath here, inhale. Exhale, sigh it out. Inhale, roll up through the spine. We reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Inhale, arms reach. One more time for this for the other side. Exhale, fold down. Inhale to your flat back. Think about opening up that chest, projecting forwards. And exhale, fold down. Plant the hands. This time we step our right foot back and drop that right knee down. Inhale, arms reach up. And a nice, strong, low lunge. Push the hips forwards. Exhale, hands come down. We step back to our high plank. Engaging through that core. Drop the knees down. Chest and chin comes down. Squeeze the elbows in. Hips come down. Roll the shoulders back. Inhale for your back bend of choice. And exhale, coming back to your downward dog. Awesome, take a breath here, inhale. And exhale. Inhale, right leg lifts nice and high. Exhale, knee to nose, plant that foot down, back knee comes down. Roll the shoulders back as we inhale to reach the arms high. And exhale to sink the hips down. Hold where you are. Good, hands come down to frame that right foot. Lifting that back knee off, we step up to meet the feet together. Forward fold, hold for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Good. Inhale to roll up. We reach. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Good. We're going to add some little bits into that now. So inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bend and fold down. We inhale to our flat back. If you're feeling pretty loose in those hamstrings, we can bring those fingertips to the floor, but we still want that flat back. So if you find you're arching, just lift that a little bit higher. Exhale, fold down. Good. So stepping that left foot back this time, left knee comes down. Same again, inhale, arms reach up, sinking deep into those hips. This time as we exhale, we untuck those left toes, straightening into that right leg, coming down over into our half split. Make sure those right toes are really pulling themselves back, so getting that calf involved. We're taking 3 breaths here, so you know the drill. We inhale to lengthen through the body. Exhale to fold down. Maybe you walk those fingertips forwards. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. One more breath. And exhale. Good. Walk the hands back underneath the shoulders. If you can, we're going to bring that left hand down to the floor, right arm peels open. If you need, we can have the left hand resting on the shin. Try not to be too heavy here, and that right arm reaches up. You will actually find if your hand is on the floor, you might actually want to bring it over to the other side of that right leg just to help you get a bit of a deeper twist, like people with the hand on the shin. See what feels good then. Good. Maybe you feel a little bit wobbly, we can tuck those back toes under. I'm feeling a bit wobbly today. One more breath here. Maybe we look up. Awesome. Bringing those hands down. Weight comes forward. We come back into our lunge. Inhale, arms reach up. Take a moment here. Hopefully feeling nice and loose in those hips now. Hands come down. We step back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, knees, chest, chin, elbows squeeze in. Hips come down, we inhale to our back bend. And exhale, downward dog. Inhale, left leg comes high. Exhale, squeeze that knee through, plant the foot between the hands. Flatten that right foot down, so keeping the knee off this time. Preparing for our warrior 2. Chest lifts up, we inhale, windmill the arms open. Warrior 2. Rolling the shoulders back, relax down. Good, inhale. And exhale. We inhale to straighten into that left leg. Arms come to touch above the head. Maybe we look up. Exhale, we come back to our warrior 2. Arms come down. Inhale, extend and reach. Exhale, warrior 2. Inhale to reach. Exhale to stand. And then we reach forwards with those left fingertips. The grip flips so the palm faces up. And we come into our reverse warrior. Right arm reaches back. Left arm reaches up. Making sure we're still keeping nice and strong in that front leg. Good. Holding here for a breath. Inhale. And exhale. Inhaling. As we exhale, we squeeze through the core, straightening into that left leg, and we rotate the body, coming back into our nice stacked shoulders and hands, into our triangle pose. Awesome, so we should be feeling like we're really getting some nice stretches in the side body today, some nice twists coming through. Shoulders are away from the ears, holding here for a breath. Good, let's stay here for one more. And we bring the right arm down to meet the left. Now you'll find here, you'll feel that right hip twist down to be parallel with the floor. Hands can rest on the shin, or maybe we can bring those fingertips to the mat. If you have blocks or cushions, you can bring them under your hands as well. We inhale where we are, and we exhale to fold the body down over our left toes. Inhale and exhale. One more breath here. And exhale. Good, look to the hands, look to that front foot. Bending into the left leg, we come back to our lunge from the start. Then nice and strong, we're going to propel ourselves up, stepping that right foot to meet the left. Forward fold down, let the arms hang heavy. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. Deep breath in. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Good, inhale, roll up through the spine. We reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. And we go for the other side. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, bend and fold down. You might feel like you're a little bit looser on one side than the other now. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale, fold down. Plant the hands, we step our right foot back. Right knee comes down. Inhale, arms reach. Hold for a breath. Untuck those back toes and we straighten into that left leg. Pull the toes back and fold ourselves down. Taking 3 breaths here, we inhale to extend through that body. Exhale to deepen. Inhale, extend. Toes pull back. Exhale to deepen. Inhale. And exhale. Good, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, or maybe we're resting on that leg. Right arm stays down and we inhale to peel the left arm open. Remember, you have the option to bring that hand onto the shin for a twist, or maybe we've got that right hand on the other side of that left foot. Ooh, don't worry if you're wobbling. We can tuck those right toes under. Really think about tucking the left glute to the left hip back, so not sinking back into it too much. One more breath here. And then we bring the hands down to frame that left foot, coming back into our lunge. And we step back to high plank, keeping strong in the core. Hands are under those shoulders, hips are tucked under, making sure we've got nice space between the ears and shoulders. Inhale here. Exhale, knees come down, chest and chin, hips stay high. Good, now the belly comes down. Inhale, open up the chest to the front, roll back into your back bend. Exhale, we push back, downward dog. Take a breath. Sigh it out. Inhale, right leg lifts. Exhale, knee comes through, plant that foot down. And we keep that back knee off this time, flattening onto that left foot. Inhale, we lift up the chest, windmill the arms open, warrior two. Shoulders draw back. Inhaling here. And exhale to stay. Good, making sure those shoulders are relaxed. Inhale, right leg extends, we bring the arms to touch overhead. Exhale, deepen, shoulders roll down. Inhale, extend and straighten. Exhale, warrior two. Inhale and exhale. One more time, inhale and exhale. Good, shoulders draw back. We inhale to reach forwards with those right fingertips. Flip the grip. Exhale, reverse warrior. Right leg stays strong in that bend. Inhale where you are, stay nice and strong in the legs. Exhale to stay. Good, then we take an inhale here. As we exhale, we straighten into that right leg, windmill the arms through, coming into our triangle pose. So right hand comes on the inside of that right calf, left arm reaches up. Maybe we take the gaze up. Good, we'll take a couple of breaths here. Again, taking that nice stretch into your outer obliques. Keep the glutes engaged while you're here. Awesome, and on your next exhale, we bring the left hand down to meet the right. We're either resting the hands on the shin, maybe bringing those fingertips down towards the floor. Inhale, and exhale, fold down. We melt over that front leg. If you feel any tension in the back of that right ankle or knee, you can just shorten your stance slightly. Two more breaths here, right hip tucks under yourself. Good, take the gaze to the front of the mat. Hands plant underneath those shoulders when we come back into our lunge, bending into that right leg. And nice and strong, we're going to propel that left foot, step to the front and meet the right. Good, take a moment here, inhale and exhale. Inhale, we roll up through the spine. Reach up. Exhale, hands come to prayer. Inhale, arms reach. We're bringing that tempo down now. Exhale, bend and fold. Time for some nice deep stretches. Inhale to your flat back. And exhale, fold down. Good, we're going to step onto our right knee, onto our left. We're coming into a tabletop position. And we're just going to sit round onto our glutes from here, onto your bum. Left leg is extended, and we're going to bring the bottom of that right knee, bottom of the right foot against that inner thigh. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. And we exhale, fold over that left leg. Now grab onto wherever you can. If you're grabbing the calf, the ankle, your trouser leg, maybe you can get to your toes. I want you to think about getting your nose in line with your toes as much as you can. So we're not really arching over and going nose to knee. We want nose to toes. Good, so this stretch you will feel in your hamstrings. You may also feel it coming into that right lower back. And we'll stay here for a few more breaths. And play around with your weight distribution. You might want to come, so you're slightly opening the chest to the right hand side and bringing the arms over to the left hand side of the leg. We'll take one more breath here. Good, then roll up through the spine. We're going to bring our right foot flat on the floor, keeping that left leg nice and straight. And then we're going to take that over to the other side. Now, I'm not going to go for a normal twist stretch here. I want you to think about hugging the knee into your chest as much as you can. Left arm is going to come round and keep that leg nice and close into the body. And that right arm is going to come on top. And we're hugging that knee in. So we're going to sit back into our into a nice posture, and you really hug that knee in. You should feel it stretching down into your glute here. You can take a slight twist across with that knee and it will come a little bit into the piriformis as well. Good, okay, bringing that foot down. And we'll change sides, so right leg extends, left leg comes tucked in, bottom of the foot against the inner thigh. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, fold down. So same again, nose to toes. Keeping that nice straight line for a moment, toes pull back. And then if you want to, you can take that slight rotation, opening up to that left-hand side, bringing the arms over onto the right. Awesome, so rolling back up. Roll the shoulders back, same thing on this side. So the left leg comes across. We're going to take hold of that leg nice and close into the body with that right arm. Pull that into the chest. Sit tall, roll the shoulders back. And you should really feel that stretch deep into your left glute. One more breath. Good, release that leg nice and slowly. Bring the legs out to meet each other. Plant the feet on the floor, reaching the arms in front. We roll down through the spine, so chin's tucked into the chest. From the base of the spine, I want you to think about hitting that floor one vertebrae at a time. Nice and controlled, squeezing in, taking it slow. And then the head is the last thing to come down after the shoulders and the arms. Hug the knees into the chest. Take a rock side to side. Left leg extends, and we'll hug that right knee in, trying to get the knee as close to the armpit as you can. And then we'll take our nice spinal twist. That right knee comes over to the left. Right arm extends, the gaze comes over to the right. If you find that shoulder is lifting, for that to get deeper into the twist, just come back. We want both shoulders grounded. Good, we inhale, come back to center, hug both knees in. And exhale for the other side. So right leg extends, left knee comes over, and that left arm reaches out. Good, bring yourself back to center, take an inhale, hug both knees in. Nose comes to the knees, give yourself a nice big hug. And then we exhale, bring ourselves down, coming into our Shavasana, our corpse pose. So if you want a jumper or a blanket, get yourself nice and cozy. You might be warm enough wherever you are. We're going to bring one hand onto the belly, one hand onto the chest. Roll the shoulders back and then relax into the upper body. Relax the brow, relax the jaw. Create space between the tongue and the top of the mouth, between the back teeth. Take a deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to imagine you're sinking down onto the mat. You're making yourself as heavy as you can be. You're breathing out any tension out the bottom of the feet. And just allowing yourself this time to be still, time to be calm. And then rejoin with 3 deep breaths. Taking a deep breath in through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Deep breath in. And deep breath out. One more time. And exhale. Now stay here for as long as you would like. Or we can bring some movement back to the body, the fingers, the toes. Arms can stretch overhead. Take a deep breath in and make yourself as long as you can. As you exhale, bring your arms back to your sides. Roll onto your right hand side. And come up to a seated position. Thank you for joining me, guys. I hope you enjoyed that, and I hope it was exactly what you needed today. I'll see you next time.